Hey everybody, welcome back here to A Place to Heal. This is the foot video. All right, so I know, kind of weird, but I did have someone that asked me to do a video about feet and why they hurt and the problems that you have with feet. And I don't know about other people, but I have always had this thing since I was a little kid, and I'm not ashamed to admit it at all. I had this thing about my feet. I'm not one of those people that hates feet. I'm actually one of those people that loves feet. And I've always been obsessed about, like, my feet got to be nice and clean, and my feet got to be, my toenails got to be cut just right, and they've always got to be clean. I don't know where that came from, but it's something that I have dealt with my entire life. And I'm also that way about other people's feet. You know, like I'll be in the supermarket and somebody will be wearing flip-flops or whatever. I'm like, oh, they're low on zinc. Because number one, if you have those nice little you know how the back of your feet, they get rough? Well, I don't know, because I don't let my feet get that way, but you know how they get rough. And I've seen these people that it's like, it's all cracked, right? And I don't care, man, you can put the Puma Stone to that sucker all you want, and you can scrape away and you can scrape all the skin off that you want, but it's still there. That is a zinc deficiency, right? So anytime that I get out of the shower and I feel that my feet start getting a little rough in the back, I'm like, oh, got to start taking more zinc. Because I already know the minute I up my zinc, that goes away. So that's number one on the foot video. Okay, so I see that and I notice this about people. I notice the chip. I'm telling you guys way too much about myself right now. So I see the chip nail polish. I'm like, oh, got to get a new pedicure, and you know their toenails are too long, or you know they got the bunions, right? And the bunions, there's actually somebody I follow, and I can't think of their name right now, but it's like garage therapy or something. They're out of California, and they actually teach you how to get rid of bunions because it comes from the liver. So if you actually like take your toe and twist it in, and they show you how to do it, and it helps to get rid of the bunions, right? So everything, your feet, your face, your hands are all connected to body parts. So, you know, if you ever have pain in your feet, you know, like sometimes my granddaughter will sit there and say, wow, the heels on my feet really hurt, Grandma. And I'll instantly look it up, you know, on the acupuncture points, because your feet will always tell you what's going on in your body, right? So, you know, some people like to just massage feet, and it's like, that's a little dangerous because you're massaging organs, right? The same thing goes with shoes, right? I see these people wearing these, you know, 6 foot, you know, 6-inch heels like this, you know, and their foot's like that. And I'm like, wow, not only is this throwing your back all out of whack, but it's also, you know, screwing. I mean, you're putting all that pressure on the balls of your feet. You know, I mean, your toes are part of your sinuses, everything else. So you're putting all this pressure, and you don't understand that you're putting pressure on organs at the same time that you're doing that, right? So I'm a real stickler. For instance, these, okay, so usually I'm either barefoot or I'm in these, right? So these are like, you can twist them and everything else. I do trampoline in these, but I also will do a lot of my lifting, and I want my feet as natural as humanly possible. I think I got these, you know, you can get water shoes. Water shoes are the same way. I just want something that is the most natural for my feet. I don't want my feet like this, right? I want them to be like this. I want them to feel comfortable and to be natural, right? So something that will affect your feet is going to be high cholesterol, right? I said it in a previous video. High cholesterol will stop the blood flow to your feet. So you are going to end up with tiny little broken veins. You're going to end up with blood pooling, right? So it kind of looks like, I don't know, it almost looks like it's bruising on your feet. You're going to get varicose veins. You're going to get all sorts of stuff that are connected to your feet. So because your heart is up here, your feet are way down there, and it has to pump all this blood all the way down there and then bring it back up. So at that point, you're not getting that blood circulating to your feet. So that's going to cause problems. That's going to cause neuropathy. It's going to cause, stinging. It's going to cause burning. It's going to cause all sorts of stuff that have problems with your feet because they're so far down there. Okay, another thing is high levels of insulin in the body. When you have too much sugar going on in the body, it's going to definitely show up in your feet. Always, right? You're going to have neuropathy, you're going to have burning, you're going to have stinging, you're going to have pain in your legs all the way down to your feet. That blood is not flowing correctly, right? Another thing is the nails, right? When you have too much insulin in the body and there's too much sugar and that sugar cannot be processed out, your toenails will start getting thick and nasty and yellow and everything else, because this is fungus in the body that, I've seen people with green underneath their nails, right? And it's just, this is fungus. It's high levels of sugar that are not being processed out through the body, and they're sitting underneath that toenail bed. And as these toenails grow out, they're getting thicker and thicker and thicker. You'll see it a lot in people, I hate to say my age, but it's true. Like I go to the senior citizen center or, something like that, and I see it. I look at their feet, and instantly when I see nails that are this thick, I'm like, oh, blood sugar is not processing correctly, right? So this fungus that some people have underneath your toe, it's not just a fungus. This is something that's going on inside your body, and it's showing up. It's always going to show up through your nails, and it's always going to show up in your feet. Right? So I'm always really, really careful about my feet. I always make sure I clean my feet. And then after I take my shower, I always check my feet, right? So I have a really bad habit of, I will go between the toes and I will do this, right? And I'll rub. Oh, wait, I got some cracking going on here. This is, these are all first signs of high cholesterol and blood sugar issues that are going to show up in your feet. They're always going to show up between your toes. So you want to make sure you dry your toes in between really, really well, because that's going to be one of the first indicators of what's going on. Okay. Another thing, like I said, shoes. Shoes are going to be huge as to what is going to go on with your feet, right? I get home and I'm like barefoot, right? Usually when I go to the gym, I use CrossFit shoes because CrossFit shoes are very flat, right? I have a lot of people that laugh at me at the gym and they're like, why are you in Vans? Aren't Vans for kids? I'm like, no, I grew up in Vans. I literally grew up on the beach and I lived my whole life in Vans. And I guess that's why I love, always being flat-footed. And when I lift, I like to use Vans or Converse or something like that has a flat bottom and where my feet are able to spread. I don't like where, I'm like Nike and stuff where I'm all unlevel. It's throwing off my back. It's, throwing off my balance. Like I said, blood circulation is another one. High blood sugar, high cholesterol. If you happen to have problems with where you have neuropathy in your feet, where you're having pain in your feet, one of the best herbs for that is devil's claw. I love devil's claw. If you like, we have neuropathy drops. I'll put the link underneath this video. We have neuropathy drops that you can get from our website. I actually make them because I had horrible neuropathy. So I have a tincture and you just drop it underneath your tongue and it helps get rid of the pain in your legs. It makes it more bearable, right? So that's another thing. Let's see. Every organ is connected to your feet. Every single organ. So if you pull up a chart, a foot chart, it'll be just like a hand chart. It'll be just like a face chart. It will show you like your intestines usually, let me see, if this is your foot, your intestines usually sit right there, right in the middle, right? Your toes are the upper part of the body. They're your sinuses, they're, everything. So it's very, very important, the shoes that you wear, the arches that it has and everything else. Because sometimes you change shoes and you're going to notice, oh, hey, that hurts, right? That really hurts the bottom of my feet. It's not that it hurts your feet, it's that it's putting pressure on those organs that are not working correctly. I like, there's a thing called a fascia blaster, and of course it's being sold to break up the fat and the fascia, and well, so it's called the fascia blaster, but it's supposed to blast the fascia and the fat underneath the skin and everything else. And I haven't really found that it works great for that, but it does work great for your feet. Okay, especially if you have any problems with wearing flat shoes, like what is that, plantar fasciitis, I think it's called. So if you have problems with that, that fascia blaster is great. Another issue that people have is that when you consume too many acids in the diet, your body tries to figure out where to store those acids because it doesn't want to harm the organs. So it's going to store them as far away from the organs as it possibly can, and it usually stores it in the feet, right? So a lot of people get these crystallizations. They're like little lumps on the back of your feet, and all they are is crystals. It's all that acid that has finally crystallized, right? And they start having problems with that on the bottom of their feet, on the back of their feet. I'm not a podiatrist, but I do know my feet, unfortunately. So like I said, this video was for one of my followers. She wanted to know, all the pain that comes into your feet, and it's no different than the pain. Listen, your body is always talking to you. I've said this a million times, right? It's no different than driving your car down the road and you hear that little noise and you're like, what is that? And then you choose to turn up the radio and pull up the windshield the window, and then you're going to ignore that noise, right? Sooner or later, that noise is going to become a huge thunk, and you're going to be in deep trouble because it's going to cost you 10 times more. So your body is doing the same thing. Your body is giving you those little noises, right? It's telling you in your feet, hey, this isn't right. Or you have weird things coming up in your finger and your toenails, right? Look them up. You have white spots on your toenails. What causes white spots on your toenails? What causes thick nails? Of course, half the time you're not going to get the correct answer, but but that's always the case. Your feet are always talking to you. Your hands are always talking to you. Your nails are always talking to you. Your skin is always talking to you. Why is my skin so dry? Your skin isn't just dry. There is a reason why your skin is dry. Not enough omega-3s, not enough vitamin A. Oh, hey, not enough vitamin D. Hey, your skin is always talking to you. Your lips are always talking to you. Those little cuts and everything else you get on the lips, ooh, a virus going through the body. There is always, always, always something talking. It's not just like, oh, I've got this little pain here on my feet, or, ooh, my hand, it like really hurts right here. Really? Get a hand acupuncture chart and find out what organ is right there. And I guarantee you there's going to be an organ that you're connecting with. You can do your hands. If you do your hands and you find a painful spot, find out what organ that is. You do your feet, and you find a painful spot, find out what organ that is. You do your face, you're starting to have blotches on your face or skin tags or something. Find out what your body is saying to you. We take the time to learn our dog's language, and we take the time to learn our cat's language, and we learn all these different languages that are unspoken, but we don't take the time to learn what our temple is saying and telling us, right? Or taking the time to just slow down, right? We're always in such a hurry, such a hurry, such a hurry. We choose to roll up that window and turn up the stereo because it's a lot easier to just ignore it than it is to have to deal with it, right? And that's just not the way it is, right? You have to deal with it. because sooner or later it's going to get worse. And if your body starts to whisper at you, I know you've seen it all over the internet, people have written it a million times, your body will start whispering to you. It'll give you little hints. If you don't listen to the whispers, it's going to start screaming. And if you don't listen to the screams, it's going to shout. And if you don't listen to the shouts, it's going to freaking take you down. And it will. It will take you down and force you to pay attention. And it's going to sit there and it's going to tell you, I've been warning you for 3 years now. I've had people that I talk to all the time and they tell me, oh, you know, I had this problem now for, I don't know, 3 years. And now, Marie, all of a sudden I have colon cancer, or Marie, now I have kidney disease. I'm like, yeah, but I talked to you 3 years ago. You know, when your body was just telling you the problem. I know, but I just ignored it. You know, I had work and the kids and the husband and the job and the... No, now you do. Now you have time. Now your body's going to sit there and tell you, okay, now you need to make time. You need to make time for you. You need to focus on you and everything else. And as far as I'm concerned, it's like no one interferes with my time, right? That's me time. If I can't take care of myself, I can't take care of anyone else around me. I can't be there for my friends. I can't be there for my grandkids. You know, I can't be there for my kids. So I have to take care of me. So yes, I do have people that sit there and go, you're selfish. You're going to the gym again. I go, I am. Because it's my sanity. And that's right. Oh, you're going to go to that class? Oh, you're going to go here? Yeah, because this is me time. And I need to take care of me. And I need to listen to what my body is saying. And I want to give gratitude for your body. Because your body does so much for you. So much. Just think of your feet. How much do you weigh? How many hours are you standing on your feet? And you're never going to give them gratitude for the things that they do for you? Your hands, I mean, they hug your children, they make your food, they clean your yard, they clean your house, they hug your spouses. I mean, your hands do a lot for you, and nobody ever takes the time to give gratitude. Your colon, your eyes, your machine does a lot for you. And it's time that people start slowing down and giving gratitude to their bodies and treating them some way. Go to a mineral spa, get a massage. Give your body gratitude for all the wonderful things that it does for you every single day of the year, 365 days. Your body is working for you. And we take a total advantage of it, and we completely take it for granted. All right? So love and respect one another. Love and respect your body, your temple. You have to live here a long time in it. So take care of it and stay happy. I'm going to keep you healthy, and we'll see you next week. And if you have any other suggestions for videos, no matter how crazy or insane they may seem, please send them my way. I've been doing this 10 years. I'm kind of running out of information. All right. Thank you. You guys have a great week. Bye-bye.